are free. My heart, my mind, my soul, my time is queen in me. All my riches are free. The dark, the grime, the low, all mine. It's queen in me. All my riches are free. My heart, my mind, my soul, my time. It's queen in me. All my riches are free. The dark, the grime, the low, all mine. It's queen in me. All my riches are free. I paid the price for a brighter life, and that price tag won't cheap. Got something up my sleeve, so I grind harder than teeth. Is that power in your preach, or is it satisfied to speak? Did you run away from your partners when that pot hit that heat? It don't bother me, I ain't mad that you got better things to be. Wouldn't dare step defeat, no, until the turn no sleep. You love to go to war, but you begging me for peace. I connect with souls that prosper. If you dark, then don't bother. Contrary to what they taught you, keep them queens on your roster. It's queen in me. All my riches are free. My heart, my mind, my soul, my time. It's queen in me. All my riches are free. The dark, the grime, the low, all mine. It's queen in me. All my riches are free. My heart, my mind, my soul, my time. It's queen in me. All my riches are free. The dark, the grime, the low, all mine. It's queen in you. Mediocre won't do. Better look down and realize there's people down there too. That's right. Plotting, blocking, miserable and rotten. The old you at the crossroads, soon to be forgotten. The new you with the new code, soon to be a problem. When we take over their no, cause they won't have an option. Keep the doctrine locked in, the kingdom will profit. It's deep to them, but it ain't to us. It's what you might call popping. I connect with souls that prosper. If you dark, then don't bother. Contrary to what they taught you, keep them queens on your roster. It's queen in me. All my riches are free. My heart, my mind, my soul, my time. It's queen in me. All my riches are free. The dark, the grime, the low, all mine. It's queen in me. All my riches are free. My heart, my mind, my soul, my time. It's queen in me. All my riches are free. The dark, the grime, the low, all mine.
Bitch, G Taylor.
What you think, bitch?
Yeah.
I just like the sound of it.
Just some Wiz and Swirl like type shit, you feel me? Way, they feel away. I got these dimes all in my space, they in my space. Everything is super fake, it's super fake. Cause when I see BS, I'm gone without a trace, without a trace. Fourth row, Camden Yards, I'm what Rifkin used to be. I'm the Iron Man of rappers, writing rappers' eulogies. Ain't nothing been new to me, never how they viewing me. Eating MCs at the grown-up table, y'all in booster seeds. I be off the fruitful tree, y'all ain't got no juice to squeeze. Y'all say y'all got nothing to prove, well, y'all never prove shit to me. Sierra locking down a junkie like a penitentiary. Meanwhile, Jackie drop another baby, come for the victory. I ain't got no time for these hoes, I tell you, hold up. I ain't got no time for these foes, I tell you, hold up. Please forgive me, drop and caught a body out the grip. Now who these rappers think they fucking with? Bando back with a heater on my smoking a rift to the rift to the sky. Watch your bitch gon' creep with her eyes and she back in the back, so it like pride. You ain't got the heat, so fall back by. I got the heat, I'ma slide back by. Grab your chick in a blacked out ride, then drop her off, make up on my thighs. This that shit I'm hyped to. I've always been the type to eat your girl's goodies till I get diabetes type 2. If you try and hit my lane, then boy, you getting swiped too. I've never been a nice dude.
I just like the sound of it.
Don't make the track, so you know we bout to turn on.
It, I'd probably take her. lot of niggas popping bottles thinking that they ballin', but they wear they man's chains. They still rockin' all the same things, switching whips do the same thing. A lot of bitches think they poppin', think they out here copping, so they fuck with lame lanes. And look at us like we lame, but my house is mine and my card paid. Woo! I don't have to be up in the club. I got all my bottles, I'm smoking good. Niggas won't beef, I'm dumping slugs. Only time I come out when I meet my plug. Fendo, nigga, step out in my sendos. Niggas all bricks will lendo. Nigga stack chips till it really hearing though. My style sealed like an envelope. I'm popping up like a Willie dough. 12 o'clock, I got silly dope. Niggas really want that wordplay, so I'ma give it to your nerves blaze. I run through bags as the coke lay. Nigga sniff it up till your nose drain. Yeah, sniff it up till your nose drain. Sky die off this airplane. I move mountain shit is insane. Jonesy back up on that bullshit, but KO got a full clip, so I gotta dump to the boss flip. Nigga, that's my nigga, so I don't trip.
I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it. I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it. I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it. I get it, I get it, I flip it, I whip it. I get it, I'm with it, I'm with it, I'm with it, I'm with it. I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it. I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it. I get it, 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 I flip it, I whip it, I get it, I'm with it, I'm with it, I'm with it. Made a lot of moves when I was in the A. Power moves up in DOA. Then I moved down to MIA. Shot my homie Zoe. Stop, I say. Whipping till my fingers ache. Never once a thought of taking breaks. I'ma do whatever hit or take. Break it, gotta get this cake. They faking, never touched the brick. Never bust a jug or ever held the grip or ever went to war for more power chips. So my J. Cole is a power trip. Used to load the trunk, couple hour trips. I see the blue lights, ain't that a bitch? But I played it cool till I was out of there. Searched my car and didn't find it there. So close, but they was unaware. They ain't seen nothing but my underwear. Could've smelled it, think I had it wrapped up. Shit, they even called for backup. But I hit the shit like so well. This is the day in life of a trapper, and I get it. I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it. I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it. I get it, 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 I flip it, I whip it, I get it, I'm with it, I'm with it, I'm with it, I'm with it. I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it. I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it. I get it, 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 I flip it, I whip it, I get it, I'm with it, I'm with it, I'm with it, I'm with it.
Yeah, nigga. Now that's how you take some motherfuckers' heads off. Ill manner. What up? What up? Ain't none of my business what you wanna do with it. Ooh, I can show you how to take one to make do with it. You get it? I flip a band like Diddy. Running all through my city. Fuck niggas, stay far away. Only real niggas fuck with me. Ooh, I can show you how to make it move in a whole night. I can show you how to move it all if it go right. Blow a band when you know you can in the whole night. David Blaine make it disappear in the whole night. Call the plug, tell him hold tight. Block jumping so I can't lose. No sleep when I'm going hard. No time so I can't snooze. I don't know about the next nigga, but I know I gotta get mine. In and out like clockwork. Boy, I hit the door throwing peace signs. Deuces. I don't really know about it. Ain't none of my business. I don't really want no dealers. Everybody in their feelings. I for another $1,000 boys. Tell them keep it tough. You ain't getting money, then you ain't doing nothing. Now, I don't really know about it. Ain't none of my business. I don't really want no dealers. Everybody in their feelings. I for another $1,000 boys. Tell them keep it cup. You ain't getting money, then you ain't doing nothing.
I just got a bag today. Spend it all in the night. Cause I get it right back. Caught out of recite. I've been getting money, thumbing hundreds, running through it. Man, I got racks like my background Jewish. I don't really know about it. cause I can even rock with you. All that gossiping and shit, boy, that ain't my issue. We weren't even raised in the same streets, I ain't came out the block with you. Got that effing in on me too, but this ain't the stock issue. Nah, I ain't come to box with you. You all up in your feelings. She be trying to make $1 million and feed your children. Glad I made it, cause I came from that era of drug dealing. No chill, no deal. I'm talking no ceiling.
I don't really know about it. Ain't none of my business. I don't really want no dealings. Everybody in their feelings. I for another $1,000. Tell them keep it cup. You ain't getting money, then you ain't doing nothing. I don't really know about it. Ain't none of my business. I don't really want no dealings. Everybody in their feelings. I for another $1,000. Tell them keep it cup. You ain't getting money, then you ain't doing nothing.
What's up, everybody? 7 o'clock, so you already know what time it is. It's the Random Talking Indie Music Show. I'm your host, 759, alongside my co-host, the Bronx Bully. Minx Contour, Minx Couture, Minx Contour, Minx Couture, mixed with a little bit of whatever you want to wish to call it. Just don't call it a copycat. Do you dig or do you dig? Tonight is Friday, but we don't have wish fails tonight. I couldn't find any, if y'all can actually believe it. I could not find any wish fails. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. Throw my mics up in the pit for me if y'all would not mind. Yes. Feeling good. Sounding good. Minx, where you at home, girl?
Yo, I'm right here.
Oh my gosh, yes. So, like I said, tonight's Friday. It's usually Wish Fails Friday, or what I call What the Fuck Friday. But I couldn't find any fails, if you could actually believe it.
I have a huge fail.
Oh, we already starting. Here we go.
No, it's something I want to tell Vanny.
Oh.
Vanny, can you please explain to me, why is it that we were in this piece last night having a dope ass conversation about conversations we should not be talking about? And can you please tell Vanny what happened with that recording?
So what happened was she inboxes me this morning. Now, mind you, I just woke up and this is the first thing that I see. She inboxes me. She says, yo, tell me why we was talking about Kobe and like my shit completely cut off. Like y'all couldn't hear me. I was just basically talking to myself.
Yeah, you only hear you and you only hear Vanny and you only hear 759. You don't hear me.
When we'll be like, yeah, yeah, I know that's crazy, right? And you hear nothing on the other end. Get right.
It sounds like y'all was talking to yourselves, and I'm like,
and you sound like you won't talking to nobody because nobody can hear
you. yeah. I was like, yeah, you know.
That's why I said. That's why I said y'all was not gonna get me. Y'all won't get me blocked the hell up. Not
she said you can hear the disconnect. Yeah.
But,
well, it's all good. It's all Gucci. Y'all can hear me now though. That's what matters.
Yeah, that's what matters. Hopefully we ain't got to worry about you got the hamster on the wheel trying to power up your
she said, okay, so she peeped it. I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice it. I was like, yo,
and you were just talking your head off, and we're like, yeah, right, ain't that crazy? Like, yo, but
for real.
But before we
it's all Gucci.
Yeah, but before we get started on the show, y'all already know what time it is. We gotta plug the playlist real quick. But Minx got a different way of doing that. But for right now, you can still subscribe to my playlist on Spotify. It's called the Station Head Playlist.
Y'all got 24 hours to get it right.
You add your songs. Please follow the playlist. It is that simple. That's all you have to do. Do not add your whole catalog of bullshit. I just need a couple of songs, rap, hip hop, reggae, whatever you got, man. Just 1 or 2 songs tops. Follow the playlist or else I'm going to cut you off. That's as simple as that. That's the Station Head playlist. Also, Minx Couture got her playlist. It is now You know, she got the gas or trash multi.
It's now canceled.
It was all canceled, but now you have to go through another avenue to get your music put on the gas or trash list because y'all don't know how to follow freaking directions. All she asked you to
Yeah,
do, yeah, all she asked
these
you to do
mofos.
was just add your music, follow the playlist, and you got people over here adding whole EPs and shit, and ain't even trying to follow the playlist, won't even trying to plug the fact that they was in the playlist. So guess what? You too will get cut the fuck off. Now you
Yeah,
got
you getting cut.
now you got to send your music through application like you applying for a job. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then if you follow the playlist and then you unfollow
Then
the
you're gonna get
playlist will
on.
unfollow.
Yeah, you're gonna get cut.
The playlist will unfollow you automatically. So
All the time. But yeah,
y'all want to play these games? We gonna play. We
we
gonna
gonna
play
play.
nicely. Uh-huh.
If you still have Spotify, if you're not cut, go ahead and stream that new song called Vibes, produced, engineered, written, and scratched out by Minx. Also, Friday nights at 10 o'clock, it's the Minx Show podcast on minxradio.kizom. You know how she do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
at the end of every show, we have what we like to call Minx's memo, where she gives you either some jewels or she likes to go off on her rants. You know, I live for the rants, but I go for the jewels too, because you know you're never too old to learn. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's what we got on the table. Mix what you got.
Uh, Nothing much really. Just
Oh,
you
come
know
on,
that
man.
I spent my entire day like cursing people out over my playlist. Like I really
Simple
could
shit,
not.
right? Simple shit.
I just could not. Because the way I look at it, I always say I'm an artist too. So I try to move like how I was like when I was going really crazy with trying to get my music heard.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm like, okay, so this company, this service, this person did that and it didn't work, and they just came off as pushy, and they just don't care about the craft. Um, that's when I came in and I said, oh, so as an artist, I'm curating my business, my promotional and marketing aspect based on how I was treated as an artist. And I'm like, I see why y'all mofos was being charged up the ass because y'all don't deserve free shit. That's just my opinion.
Right.
Because everybody that I talk to in this business that deals with marketing and promotion, they're like, yo, Minx, like there is no way possible. Like if you didn't have a man and your man wasn't helping you, you would be begging and telling these kids that you got to pay me. Like simple.
Really?
But I was like, yeah, that's what they said. She said, you got to get the Spotify people on here and play them and let. Exactly.
Yeah,
But
just follow
it's
this for
just
playback, right?
yeah. So I'm like, the way I look at it, like if I'm added to I'm added to a couple of playlists that have like 10,000 people. So I'm gonna add the shit and I'm gonna promote the shit daily because that's the playlist that I'm on.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, they don't get the type of hey, how you doing? I don't want to mess that up.
No, come on.
Zentials.
You
I'm such a New Yorker. We say everything wrong. She says people don't believe in them. That's why
you would
they
chop
don't.
a name up. I'm pretty bad with them too, Mix. Don't feel bad, but it's essentials.
It's my teeth. I got
Don't
big ass
blame it on
teeth.
your teeth. You just can't. Oh my god! But yeah, shit. But
I just say like in the era that we're in now with social media, we didn't have all this shit. You know what I'm saying? We had the hope. You had the hope that your song, like with us living in Yonkers, you had to hope you saw Jada Kiss to say, yo, Kiss, that new mixtape that's out in the Bronx, yo, can you please? Like, you would have to give him $500 just for him to talk to you. We're in an era now where you could just say here's $50 to a playlist with actual listeners, actual people that tune in, that there's no robots. Because there was one person on who was it? I forgot who it was on Twitter. They were telling me, oh well, playlists are organic. I'm like, no the fuck they are not.
they're the new
Like,
A&R now. Like that's how a
not.
lot of these new artists get heard.
But playlists are not organic. Like there's people, look, I'm telling you guys, when I say that my ass is up at 3 o'clock in the morning and some of these Discord groups and some of these networking groups and some of these Telegram groups, these are people that are in the industry that do playlists. Like you can't pay you they will not take less than $1,500 to be on rap caviar type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They are telling there are some playlists that have robots. If you buy a VPN server, this is why so many playlist curators that are charging, they think they're slick because they have fake people. Like, you know how easy it is to create a freaking Spotify playlist with like 100 fake accounts on Spotify? Like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Come
See,
on.
they just run everything based off of numbers, how much they can get, and they don't really deep dive
See, this
into
is why we
who's
need
actually
DMs.
listening.
Yeah. Damn, Vanny, I wish you could send that to me. I can't click on that.
Uh,
Shit. Vanny, if you got Instagram, can you send it to the Minx Show? I'm on the Minx Show on Instagram.
yeah, but
Yeah, but it pisses me off, man.
I mean, we try to do the basic for the basic bare minimum, and y'all want to mess it up.
Yeah, like
I'm a,
y'all don't fucking deserve shit. I'm sorry.
and another thing, and I'm gonna go ahead and throw throw my shit in here too. Uh, all of a sudden,
Please do.
all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's curating a playlist. Everybody's trying to do this now. Everybody has a radio station. Everybody's look once again, and we've covered this one time before on the show. I'm gonna tell you the same thing that I tell everybody else, and I've mentioned this on my Facebook, and I will say it, and I stand on it. Nobody told me how to do this shit. I had to work it out on my own. I had to figure it out on my own. I Googled, I YouTubed, I Shazammed, I did everything I could to try to get this shit off the ground. Now, it wasn't until after, way after fact, I had help from Minx on certain areas, such as this,
And you helped me.
and such as this platform and other things that she's been helping me behind the scenes. But as far as the podcasting goes, as far as me getting the music, as far as me doing videos, I'm not telling nobody how to do that shit. You know why? Because I had to figure that out on my own. I had to figure out my own way of doing it, and my show was supposed to be different from everybody else's, and it can't be different from everybody else's if everybody wants to try to do freestyles. Everybody wants to do live mix shows. Everybody wants to do videos now. People want to do call ins. All the stuff that I have been doing for 2 years, whether consistent or inconsistent, you see me do it. So why would someone just blatantly say, well, we're gonna start doing videos now. We're switching platforms too. We're gonna do this too. We're gonna stop it. I see it. I hear it. I don't say shit, but I see it. I'm not stupid. You know what I mean? You want to figure out how to get music on there? You want to figure out how to put your videos on there? Don't look at me because I'm going to tell you, look it up yourself. Figure out your own moves. Figure out your own avenue. You know what I'm saying? And as far as these playlists and you being a curator, well, how do I do? Find your own way, like I had to do. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I don't mind helping those who helped me. So, on that note,
well, only thing I'ma say to all of that, to all of you, I woke up today and decided to, do whatever. We making some copious moves, and all we have to say is, "Gotcha, bitch! Gotcha, bitch!"
Hey, look at him titty.
Look, I mean, look. If you like to stay with Minx's show, she's been noticing the same thing on her end, and she lives all the way in the freaking Bronx. She got people following her. Copy. God damn, that's a loud ass truck. Where you at? Outside?
Nah, man, I'm right. I'm not even near my window.
So you just gonna drive through your shit real quick. But the same thing she had to do as far as her websites, her radio station, her any platform that she does, her podcast, her playlist. she's not going to give you all the sauce because she also had to find out her own way. If you're going to copy somebody else's shit, at least go through the same way we had to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody gonna just tell you how to do the shit because it's easy. If it was so easy, everybody would be. Well, everybody is already trying to do it, so never mind.
But
Oh,
you know what? It's not even and I want to make this very clear because you know how men are like they like to call us and paint us out as being
bitter.
emotional. Um
Yeah, bitter, angry.
look, I'm gonna let y'all mofos know,
I have every
okay?
right to be actually, but I digress.
I do get emotional because this is like my baby, okay? I didn't fucking wake up and decide to do a podcast. Like, no, none of us did. Okay.
You remember?
We,
Hold on, hold
I
on.
had,
You remember that day we did that panel, and it was me, you, Nefertiti, my homegirl Pinky, and Wiz was there, and we were talking
yeah.
about women running off of emotion versus men running off of what they call passion or whatever that
Oh, yeah, that
situation.
was a dope
That
conversation
was
too.
pretty nice. We got to do that again. But yeah,
Hell
like
yeah.
with with women, we're perceived as emotional because we're so passionate about what it is that we do. Once we start a project, we're going to want every detail to be perfect. We're going to be so anal about what it is that we touch because this is our baby, this is our child. We want it to grow and blossom and inspire other people and this, that, and the third. But damn it, if I'm gonna do all the hard work and then somebody just swagger jacks it, yeah, I just brought that back from 2005. They're gonna swagger jack it, and then I'm not supposed to feel anything. I'm not supposed to say anything. I'm not supposed to be emotional. Like, damn it, I started that. So what are you doing?
Well, you know, they never want to come out their face and say that a woman started anything. Like
that and
they
that's
like with this podcast,
that's
for
fine.
instance,
Just know
like
I know. That's fine. Just know I know.
this podcast, right, for my show, I always paid homage to the dude that inspired me to do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, you know what? I'm on my lives all the time on Periscope. I'm getting like 500 to 600 people tuning in per night. We're talking about the music business. We're talking about conscious shit. You know, one of my fans said, Minx, you know, you just have a thing for this. You should just do a podcast. And I was like, well, what the fuck is a podcast? Like, I didn't know what the fuck it was.
Right.
So when I did my research, it took me 6 months of research before I even decided to
Mm-hmm.
go ahead because I
Mm-hmm.
asked one person that had a podcast. I said, hi, um, I just wanted to know how do you get started? And they were like, um, I ain't telling you, like, figure it out. So I was like, okay, so that's the same energy I'm going to be bringing other people. I ain't telling you,
Mm-hmm.
figure it out.
Figure it
Now,
out.
unless I come to somebody, which has happened a lot recently, I be telling people that be going off. Like, you know me, I'm the rant queen. I'm gonna use that. So I'm the rant queen. So I see other people ranting, and I'm like, yo, you ranting, you getting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of likes, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of views. Why are you not monetizing that? If you're gonna be complaining and people are agreeing with you, you need to put some ads on that shit
At least get
and,
paid
and
for your
just make your
opinion.
money.
Yeah, at least get paid for the shit.
Exactly. Get paid for your rants. So I was like, okay, cool, boom, this is what I'm gonna do. So now I'm talking to a couple of people that I reached out to, and I said, look, I see as women, I'm like, we don't work together, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm always gonna help a woman over a man, and I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. That's the way it's gonna be. That's how I do business. If there's a man that's genuinely like needs my help, willing to invest, willing to promote, then yeah, I'm gonna help you and I'm gonna treat you like, you know, I'm gonna pull you under my wing, my podcast wing. But again, we had to figure this shit out ourselves. We
Mm-hmm.
did not have anyone to say, go to this website, go to that website, do this, do that. Like I told you, I got dudes that have like thousands and thousands of followers hitting me up saying, "Hey, how do you go live on Instagram from your computer?" But I'm like, see where you messed up at was that being that you got thousands of followers, you should have just shared my shit. And
Right.
then you should have tagged me. You see, you could have been fake about it and still gave me free promo. And I would have helped you. But you trying to take from my sauce. You're dipping your dirty hands into my sauce.
Ew.
And then you trying to go ahead and open up a whole store and a franchise. And you want to embark on these types of things that I stood up for hours at night when I should have been sleeping researching. So
Mm-hmm.
no, you do the same research. Good luck. Have fun.
Mm-hmm.
How do you?
Make
I
some
ain't
coffee
helping
because you're
nobody.
gonna have some sleepless nights. Make some coffee.
Yeah, I ain't telling you the forums to look at. I ain't telling you like it's just I do so much research that I should be paid for my time. Like you got these paid, people that they do these little research things for these medium blogs. Like I sat in a hospital for 30 days, and here's my story. No, they don't do that for free. That's monetized. That is
Right.
monetized. Come on, like I'm about my monetization coins. That's what I'm about. So if you want some freebies and stuff, come February the 1st, my prices are going up. And I told everybody, my Patreon members, I said, yo, if y'all want to breeze out, whatever, my prices are going up. So I don't care about your hardship. I don't care. I was nice. You see what nice gets you, right?
Yeah. Nice,
Nice don't
nice,
get you
nice.
nothing.
Don't get you too far, because then but see, when you start to act out and speak out and this that and the third, it's you get backlash, you get argument, you get well, I disagree and this that and the third. Well, you can disagree, but I said what I said and I stand on what I stand on. So,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just that. I mean, that's like we're in school and I get an A on my paper and you're a failing student and I'm the one that studies hard, I deserve that A. You're not going to copy
Yeah.
off my paper. You're not, because you're not going to get that A. Because you have to deviate to try to make it look like, it ain't that, but it's this. You're going to get a B minus.
Can I be totally honest and tell you that when I was little and I was in school, I made sure to it that my grandparents told my teachers that I do not participate in group projects.
I was one of those that I when I got older, I was one of those too, because it was like you did all the work and everybody got the freaking credit.
Yeah, I always did all. This is the thing. When we were in group project,
everybody got the A for bare minimum work. You know what I mean? And I just didn't feel that.
yeah, like my teacher was like, well, she told my grandmother, she was like, well, that's not how, like she's never going to be able to flourish and learn how to do group projects. I'm like, okay, but my question is, if they're idiots and they're unintelligent and they don't know how to research anything,
Mm-hmm.
they don't know how to put together, because even my team, when we did book reports and we did group projects, they would go to my teacher and complain about me, because yes, I was calling you at 8:30 at night asking if you did a bibliography. Yes, I was, because I was serious about my grades. And that's what anything, when you're more serious than anybody else on something,
Exactly.
they're
Mm-hmm.
not going to give it the same energy. So I knew that if I got a B minus, I was getting my ass beat. Y'all get a B minus, y'all be like, oh, well, mom and dad's going to take me to Dave and Buster's or some shit. No, 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 no,
I
no,
wish.
no, no. No, I'm not saying they were strict like that. It's just that I hated seeing that disappointed look on my grandmother's face because she knew I could do better. So I used to say to my teachers straight up, like they said, okay, don't include Minx because she don't want to do. I was like, you damn right, I don't want to do no assignments with nobody in this piece. They are not as intelligent as me. They don't take this seriously like me, and I want to have straight A's. I always had goals for straight A's, and if people didn't get that, then I did not give a shit. I was like, I'm not working with these losers. I'm sorry.
Not the
That's just what
losers.
it is.
Not
I
losers.
called them losers. I called them losers. Yes.
Oh goodness. Okay,
Yep.
what was that just now? Hold on a second. We still recording?
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, we good. I just got a notification about my recording will be ready. I didn't end no show. Not yet anyway. All
Yeah, it
right,
says recording still.
Vanny, I got your song request. I got it added right now. Yeah, I got it. Thanks.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. So,
yeah, I was one of those that everybody. Well, I wasn't a brainiac. You know what I'm saying? I was C student, C plus at best. You know what I'm saying? But when it came down for things that I knew I was interested in, I was 100% all in. And when it came time for like group projects, I did like when we did dissections, when we did the little frog and pig dissections. I was the one that held the scalpel. I did the hard work. They just wrote stuff down and said, okay, here it is. And your grade was based on the other two, three, four people that you had to work with. And you always had that one that really didn't care just as long as it got done and they got a grade. Those are the people.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the people that you can't put in your circle because they're not. They're not trying. They have no effort.
They live in the bare minimum of
Yeah,
life.
they're okay with bare minimum. See, you can push and work. If you push and work hard and you still don't get that A and you get a B, you can still take pride in the fact that you worked hard. You did 100%. You put everything into it, but you still got a B. That's fine. However, if you just did the bare, you got a meh, D plus. What's it? What's a D now? I hear they changed the grading curve. The D was what 70, 72 and
Yeah,
up.
they lowered it. They lowered it because I was like, in my mind, I've always said to myself, like we you know how they take those tests to check your basically an intelligence test,
Well,
where they tested you on everything.
the stand we call them standardized tests here in Virginia.
Yeah, so I took a standardized test, and
Word
I was
life,
surprised. I was
word
like,
life. What's up? Thanks for tuning in.
what's goody? Um, so we took a standardized test, and basically, like, they were like, it's not, it's not anything serious, it's not going to count towards your grade, just do the best you can, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay. There was no pressure, obviously. So
Right.
my my mom, she got called to the school, right? So I'm thinking, who did something wrong? Like, I don't have no fights planned or anything like
Oh
that.
Jesus.
So
I didn't beat
so
nobody
I,
up.
I didn't hurt anybody. So I'm in the in the principal's office, and I'm scared as hell because I'm like, I'm gonna get my ass beat for something I don't know that I'm here for.
Mm-hmm.
So they were like, yeah, so your daughter scored a 100.
Mm.
I was like, okay, and why are we here?
Hey, what's the problem?
Like,
Mercy. Hey, Mercy. Like, yeah, what's
like
the
I didn't
problem? Why are we here?
understand. Yeah, I didn't understand like why my family needed to be called in for that. So
Mm-hmm.
I scored 100% in this is actually in the newspaper too. I'll tell my mom to take a picture of it. She has it hanging in her living room.
Oh wow.
And hey,
What an
Mercy.
achievement.
Yeah. So of course they were like on the news, they were like, oh, she got the highest honor roll in New York State. It was like the highest honor roll. And they had a dinner, they had like a little luncheon and stuff like that. And I was so angry because I was like, why are y'all celebrating some shit that you should be doing? Like, I just didn't get it. Like, I didn't like all of that limelight.
Because they wasn't expecting a child in the third grade to excel that damn well. They didn't expect it. Let's just call it what it is. They did not expect it. And the fact
Well,
that you
they're
and the
lucky
fact that you
social media.
outscored and the fact that you outscored everybody in the state, and let's face it, New York is pretty damn big. That is a big ass achievement.
Yeah, I was getting a lot of jealousy because for some reason, like, their stereotype is that like Indians and Asians are like always the most intelligent in these classes. They're always getting like A's and like straight A's, A plus
Mm-hmm.
plus, and just for some regular chick to get the highest honor roll in New York State. I was kind of scared and I didn't know what was going on. But again, this is exactly why there's a method to my madness with everything that I do. I like to be perfect. I aim to be perfect because I care about how my outlook looks on me and what it looks like on my brand. So, all you folks that are on Twitter, you like to go and challenge my G card about why I do what I do. It has nothing to do with the fact I think I'm better than anybody. It's just that I'm always in competition with myself because I want to be able to, be that bitch. That's just the real honest.
Just
Why do
be
they
that
score
bitch.
so high? I don't know. It was an easy ass test to me. Like, I just did not. I was like, if you were paying attention in school, this was like a breeze. Like,
What do they call it? Like an aptitude test or something?
yes, it was an aptitude test, and
Okay.
they were like, I was
Oh
like
yeah, we don't have those
borderline.
here.
I was like borderline genius, and I didn't like that. And thank you, Mercy. I was
Be
like,
that bitch.
I was like, I was like, look, I wanted to be like, I just love to see my family like excited over some positive news like that. Like,
Mhm.
wow, you got 100% on an aptitude test. And then, of course, you get bullied. I was getting bullied after that. They were calling me a smart ass. I didn't think I was that smart. I just thought that I'm like, if you pay attention to, what you come to school for, then you can get 100% too. Like, I mean, I
No,
just
so
never
some
understood.
some kids took school as a goof off period, and I was one of those kids that I may have gotten the grades, but I was a goof off, and I got in trouble for fighting and all types of crazy shit. But I was one of those that took school as my social hour because I really didn't have a lot of friends in my neighborhood. And I moved so much I couldn't stay long enough to make friends, so I did my dirt at school, but I made
Yeah,
friends.
I used to curse out those kids. I was like, I'm here to fucking learn. What are you doing?
Leave me the fuck alone. I'm trying to
Do you
read.
do you realize that if I go home with a B minus, that's my butt? Like I'm getting my ass beat.
Right. Yeah. DJ Explosive, what's up? Yeah, I
It's
took
good.
I took a test. I was also in the third grade. It was called the Iowa test. IOWA test. I don't know what the heck it was, but it was an aptitude test and of sorts. They tested you for spelling. They tested you for social studies. They tested you for the basic classes that we took. Now, my weakest subject has always been math from inception to graduation. I can't stand it because it doesn't interest me and it's fucking boring. But that's neither here nor there. So
Yeah, math was my weakness too.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, boring. School in general, yes, word life. School in general was just, it was just awful. I enjoyed it, but then when I got to middle school, I saw it for what it really was. And then that's when I really started fucking up. I started getting detentions for not doing my homework. I got so many school detentions for not bringing in, turning in my math homework. I didn't serve not one detention. I even got ISS. Like, it's, I was just ready to get out of there. It was the longest 3 years of my life. But back in when I was in third grade, I had scored high for spelling, for reading, comprehension, all this other shit. But math, it was like the lowest score. You had to get at least 70, 75 to pass. I got like a 40. Like, I was like,
Yeah, but all of that changes, all of that shit changes when you start being a target for bullying. You know
right.
what I mean? Like I was bullied as like for no reason. He's on DJ Explosive says he played 3 sports and never
Never
went to
went to
class.
class. So how'd you
It's
manage
like
to?
F
Well,
all that.
how'd you manage to keep your grades up? Because they usually tell you if you drop a grade in any of your classes, you get benched. So I mean, or does that not? Teachers love sports. Yeah,
especially if especially if your
especially if you're the
favorite teacher was a if your teacher was a coach, you were good.
yeah.
You were in.
Oh, you went to prep school. Oh, oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I
I
was
was
recruited.
okay. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, but I don't know what they do with these kids these days. I'm totally unaware of what they do as far as testing for smarts. But yeah, when we had a couple of brainiacs in school, and those were the ones we wanted to be friends with because we were hoping that some of their smart assness would run off on us, and unfortunately, that did not happen. Uh, to
Mm-mm.
to some of us, it didn't. It wasn't like I was trying to copy off your paper or nothing, but I tried to adopt their study habits and tried to focus more in school. And some of them actually tutored me in some of the classes that I was kind of failing in, and I did better. But
Yeah,
I was one of those kids that I didn't like sitting in a classroom. To me, it was boring. If we're not doing something, if I wasn't hands on with it, I wasn't going to learn. And to this day, I'm very hands on. I don't like to just sit and listen to womp 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 and copy notes 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 notes. I got a thick notebook full of shit that I'm never ever going to use, and it's not going to be on the test. It's not going to be on the final. And guess what? Pop quiz, and it's not even on that chapter. So I just copied all this shit down for nothing. I'm going to fail.
I was always kicked out of class because I used to get like my grandfather was very big on education. He would tell us, not your knowledge is power. And, he was very, very like big on like, he would go around the house and quiz everybody or give us like little trinkets of information. Um, so when we were in school, our teacher was teaching us about, I think it was about It was Black History Month.
Oh, here we go.
So Black History Month came, and they made us learn all this stuff, and they were just like talking about how they took the ancestors from Africa, and they brought us here to give us food, and I was like, that didn't go
That's
down
not
like that.
exactly how that happened. Try it again.
So it's like our teacher was just so like hell bent on not being honest about it. So I told my grandmother, I said, look, I'm not going to sit in a classroom. You just had us watch all 7 tapes of Roots. I ain't going to be sitting in no classroom and y'all sitting there telling us that, we needed food and shelter and clothing. So they picked us up and brought us over to the United States of America. I was like, no,
for free labor. For free labor.
no, no, no. My grandfather said to my teacher, we are paying you $1,500 a month to educate our children, our grandchildren.
That's a lot.
So if you're not going to tell the truth about shit, then I'm gonna have to take my kids somewhere else because that ain't it.
Because there was a lot.
That
of,
ain't it.
It was a lot of stuff that that public schools didn't teach as well.
Yeah,
and
they don't teach
and
that shit.
a lot of stuff I learned, it was well after high school. I'm a big history buff, so I'll be sitting here today watching documentaries on presidents, shit like that, because they try to cover up like the whole truth of things. And it's like, okay, we're going to give you the abridged G-rated version of what we think might have went down. Here's how we think happened. But no.
Yeah, that's like when they showed us Pocahontas in school. I was asked to leave because I was like, excuse me, isn't Pocahontas 14? Like John Smith is like 30. Like, isn't this wrong? And they're like, we can't enjoy the movie. We can't ever watch a movie because I'm like, look, I'm here to learn. Okay.
And sometimes, right, but it wasn't invented then, so it's okay.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm here to learn. And sometimes teachers need to be educated, like you always had that one teacher that kept it real, that didn't lie, and if somebody was like trying to like test her, even the students would be like, yo, shut the fuck up. Like, she's dope. Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I never understood why, like, you had some students, which most of them, they had issues at home. Okay. Mm-hmm. When you have issues at home, you act out. So my teacher, she never used to curse nobody out. She never used to tell everybody, like, tease anybody. She just used to say, come talk to me after school. And then when you would walk by being nosy, the kids like, crying and shit, like, and you're just like, oh, she broke them. He said, my pop made me read National Geographic book a day. Yeah, like these kids today, they're super intelligent today.
Holy shit.
Yeah, me and my brother, I got to get my brother in here. We used to always giggle and laugh. Like, look, there's titties.
I was one of those kids too. Like, oh, look, nipples. And then you see an indigenous man in the bush, and he's sitting there hunting, and you see his wee wee out, like, oh my gosh, his wee wee is out.
You're like, oh my God, look.
Gotcha, bitch.
Just hiding in the cut.
I remember one picture. I remember one picture in the copy of National Geographic. I seen it in the public library one day, and it was during the Vietnam War, and they had Agent Orange, and they sprayed all that chemical on in the country. And this little girl, who was now about in her late 40s, early 50s, she suffered from 2nd and 3rd degree burns, and they said that chemical was so strong that it melted the clothes right off of her. So she's running through the village butt ass. But when I saw that as a kid, and I'm immature as hell, I said, oh, butt cheeks. I thought it was the funniest thing ever. But I did not understand, the reason why.
Butt cheeks.
I didn't understand why, you know what I'm saying, why she had her cheeks out. I didn't know. But then years later, I find out that she was the girl that got burned during Agent Orange during the Vietnam period. I'm like, holy shit! And she's still
Mm.
alive today, and she's covered in like 80% of her body, second and third degree burns. I'm like, that was the little girl in the magazine that I used to laugh at back in the day, because she was naked and I didn't understand. Nobody really sat and explained shit to you. You had to read it. So
Yeah.
we, we
Yeah.
were we were immature back in the day.
As fuck.
Like like y'all remember the movie well, of course y'all remember it. It's just, one of the greatest classics ever, Coming to America. And it's the part
Oh
where
yeah, 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 yeah.
in the beginning of the movie when, the prince wakes up, he's getting ready for his day. He go brushes his teeth. Well, his servants brush his teeth. His servants take him to the toilet. And next thing you know, he gets a bath. He got bitches in the tub washing him down. And there's this one that popped up out of nowhere.
The royal penis is clean, Your Highness.
And my cousins and I used to go off. We would rewind that part like 10 times. The royal penis is clean, Your Highness. Like, yo, how she hold her breath that long? Like, yo, did she have scuba gear? Like, was she down there cleaning?
Oh, but you know what I did? You know what I didn't peep though?
Uh,
There was a part. There was a part where the king Joffrey is talking to Akeem, and they're outside. He's telling his father about, what if I don't love her, and he just was like, I always assumed you had sex with your bathers. I know I do.
The king was getting freaky dinky.
It's a trap. It was a trap.
And Aeolion didn't know, because she too busy in the castle being all pompous old bougie self. She didn't know.
But you know what?
Aeolion.
Speaking of, there was this big debate on Reddit, right?
Mm-hmm.
The debate on Reddit is
What's up, King? What's up?
What's up? Is Akeem and Semi, are they brothers? Are they half brothers?
No, I thought they were just best friends.
I don't think. You know what? That debate was so dope. I wish I have it. I wish I still had it. People was like, they thought that Semi, because if you remember, in some sort of royal kingdoms, if the mom got pregnant by somebody or there was some sort of like issue, like kind of like how Prince Harry and Prince William, good and damn well that they are brothers, but they are not brothers with the same father. I just don't think they have the same dad.
Absolutely not, because Harry looks nothing like Charles, and William looks like Diana. So,
and where the hell did that red hair come from? Because I know there's some people that have cherry, like not cherry, they have like strawberry blonde hair, but it don't come out like fucking red like that, like
Charles,
Archie comic red.
And Charles, damn, Archie comics really, god damn. But Charles Charles has always been, dark. He's always had dark hair growing up, and then Diana, her hair was relatively blonde for a long time. So I've always wanted to trading kids for chicken nuggets. What? Why did I happen to look over and that was the Look here, see, I'm gonna trade you this redhead child for 10 chicken nuggets. What do you say?
But Princess Diana, I ain't trying to say she's been around the block. I don't think she's been around the block. I just think she probably got bored.
Definitely. You see her face every time they took a picture of her. She was sad.
She was very sad. She was probably messing around. She was probably messing around with the help, because the help is probably only people that understood her.
And a driver. Well, that was alleged anyway. That was alleged anyway.
Yeah. But I was just like, one day I was like, yo, we're Americans. Why the hell are we so obsessed with these people? Why are we so obsessed with these royals? Like, what is, like, you got them interrupting our TV. Like when Batman used to come on 4:00 in the afternoon after school, I'm like, yes, Joker's in this shit tonight. Yes. And it's like, we are interrupting this broadcast because the Princess Diana is getting married. I'm like, who gives a fuck? Like, I just don't.
Who's it? Who? She live around here? No? Oh, well, fuck it. Turn the channel. Yeah, whatever.
I'm like, okay, I'm about to watch Animaniacs. I'm fucking chilling. And We interrupt
with
your
a
4 o'clock in the afternoon show.
special
Princess
news
Diana,
bulletin.
Princess Diana has sneezed. Carry on. No, you ain't interrupting my Animaniacs for this shit.
I hate it. I hate
But
it. I hated watching a good, like a good ass cartoon, and then you hear that somber. We interrupt your broadcast with the special news bulletin from ABC
yeah,
News. Like, oh,
yeah,
who done
ABC
died?
News was it was
Who?
the scariest
It
one.
was like, who done died? Where's Peter Jennings? What the fuck? Who done died?
That shit used to scare me as a kid, especially I think when the OJ Simpson, they interrupted my shit for that. I'll never forget it. It was Power Rangers. We were going to find out if Tommy was actually going to be down with the team, if he was going
Yeah.
to be still Team Green. They interrupted my shit. I'm like, I said to my grandmother, Nana, we're going to find out if Tommy's going to be part of the Power. Oh, fuck that Power Rangers.
What's going on in the news? I used to clown old people for watching the news, but I have become one of the old people. Like, I have to at least catch the 6 o'clock. If not, I'll catch the 11 o'clock. It's like when I used to go to work, we'll come in at around 11 o'clock, and my coworker will like, they'll be sitting there watching America's Got Talent, some bullshit. Second shift be sitting there all huddled around the TV, and she'd be like, "Turn the news on!" Like, God damn, is it really that serious? But
Well, that's all.
I've become one of those people that, oh my gosh, it's 6 o'clock news. Let me go see what's going on.
Yeah, Gino's obsessed. He is obsessed with the news because we only have internet, right? I was like,
I ain't gonna go
so
that
what the fuck?
far. It's obsession, nah.
No, he's obsessed with the weather and he's obsessed with the news. So when we were like figuring out our package, I was like, you know what? I don't think we need cable. Like, why the fuck do we need cable? I said, we got all these channels that I'd rather just pay $5.99 for the channels I want to see.
Right.
So he was like, okay, fine. So what we did was we set it up where we have internet TV, and they got the direct TV now and all that shit. Um, so we have the antenna, believe it or not, to our 60-inch. We have an antenna hooked up to it. And Channel 7 News was not coming in. And he was having a fucking meltdown. I said, listen, there's an app for it. Just download the app. Like, I ain't trying to hear all this shit. So I understand why he's obsessed with it. He just likes to know what's going on. But I was like, babe, there's more to the world than Channel 7 News. I mean, it's like clockwork. 11 o'clock, I hear the shit come on, and I'm like, oh, what's next? Jimmy Kimmel, right? Jimmy Kimmel next, right? And then, yeah, I got to listen to that.
And then you got Nightline, and then you start all over at 2 o'clock, 2:30.
I don't like that dude at Nightline. He's annoying. Like, I just don't like the way he.
What was his name?
Yeah.
The black guy, Byron. Byron, what's his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, nah. You had to watch
I had to watch the fake moon landing. I believe it.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Word life. How old are you, sir? You were watching a fake moon landing. That was quite a bit ago.
Yeah, that moon landing was fake as fuck. I'm still surprised. 54.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about right.
He's 50. He's not 54 years old. He's 54 years young.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. I was trying to be nice.
Yo, but
I was trying to be.
But word life. I do have a question about that. Because my mom says the same thing. She's around your age as well. She too says that the fake moon landing was fake. How did you, as a child, know it was fake, or you pretty much figured it when you got older? And what gave it away for you?
Buzz Aldrin said that shit was fake. He told a kid that shit was fake.
Yeah, like how the hell you take?
He said we never went to the moon.
The flag. Yeah, that would be a dead giveaway. That joint was stiff as a board, wasn't it? It had no wave to it.
See, I kind of want to go to space. Like, I just feel like it's unfair that you got to be super, super rich, or you have to be like.
Oh yeah, the shadow. Yeah, dead giveaway. Like you had one of those spotlights behind them. Yeah,
so if we have never been to space, I mean, have we been to space? Like, do we know if anybody ever went to space yet, or is it just like
we might have gone to space, but I don't think we've ever landed on the moon. We might have done an orbit. We got the International Space Station up there yonder somewhere. Trump about to fuck us up with the Space Force bullshit. But other than that, yeah, I don't think we've landed anywhere on Mars. Well, none of that. Not physically anyway. Now, allegedly, they sent robots to Mars for I guess they were looking for like water and shit. I don't know how truthful that is. I when it comes to space, I second guess because I we'll never know. We will never know.
This country should not even be trying to see if we can inhabit any other planet. We fucked this one up
Yeah, no.
bad.
See, we got computers. We got computers going to space for us. So the stuff that they're able to report, they got satellites and cameras now and all that crazy stuff. Back in the day, they was hoping smoke and mirrors was going to get people to realize, oh well, Kennedy was trying to push the first person to the moon because the Russians was trying it, and we never heard of any Russians actually made it because we were so busy focused on what Kennedy was doing. It was like, it was a quote unquote space race. And now it's like, okay, did they ever even go? Did you even get
Et
on the ship?
Et don't even want us up there. And I used to love that movie. I used to love Et
I was
because
scared of that
I
shit at
was
first.
what I used to love Et. I used to cry at the end. My mom would like restart it from the beginning.
E.T. said he declined.
Nah, those aliens are smart though. Because the one thing I don't get is, again, like we said before, I said if there were real space aliens and shit, we had shows like
Yeah.
Encounters, we had shows like what was that other show they had? All these shows that talked about spaceships and aliens. I'm like, I just find it so funny that everybody got these iPhones that can actually show you every pore of your asshole,
Ooh.
but they can't look in the sky. I don't see no spaceships. I don't see nobody doing selfies talking about, you see that spaceship right there? Yo, it's goody Instagram. Like, you don't see none of that. You don't see none of that shit. So I'm like, no grainy videos. There's actually one guy on my Instagram who takes pictures of the sky and he's just like, oh, there's spaceships up there. They're just hiding behind the clouds. I'm like, well, I don't think that's too far fetched because everybody's looking fucking down.
Exactly. Exactly.
They're always looking down. So I'm like, I say sometimes what I do, I almost cried the other night. This was around Christmas. So we were on the highway and there was really no lights or anything like that. And I saw the stars. And I was like, oh my God, that shit is so beautiful. Like, you just don't ever see the stars like that up in New York because there's lights everywhere. Like everywhere you look, you don't even see one shooting star anymore.
Hmm. Yeah.
And I'm looking and it just looks so beautiful. Like I just was like so captivated by it because
Like
I
those
was like,
stars
okay,
were extra. They were extra sparkly.
they were very beautiful. I used to always go upstate New York and I would go to the mountains with my friends and we would get fucked up. But then we would lay down, to sleep off the high. And, we just looking at the sky, like kind of like how Simba and Mufasa would be like, oh, when I die, do you become we were just like that shit.
Oh
And,
shit.
it was dope because you're like, yo, we're in space, bruh. Like that's space, but we're in space. Like it was like these
Stop
fucking
smoking
potheads.
weed. Jesus. Vanny, Bigfoot chilling, cuz I don't know what to tell you. Bigfoot
Yeah,
chilling.
what happened to the Loch Ness monster and all that shit? Like, I don't see nobody booked and busy, taking selfies for a Fashion Nova in front of the Loch Ness monster. So,
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
do
This has
you
been
guys
brought to
like
you
my
by Loch Ness
shirt?
and Fashion Nova.
Do you guys? I'm gonna sound like Amber Rose. Do you guys like my shirt?
Oh
Like
my
your
god.
dad got it for me. But look
This is a
behind me.
this is
There's the
a
Loch Ness monster.
Puma Loch Ness collab. 'Cause that's what they're doing now, the collabs between brands. Word Life. Earlier you was talking about the Challenger. Yeah, that was some sad shit. I was only 3 years old when that happened, but I do remember seeing it on TV when it was talking about those. It was like 7 astronauts, and one of them was a teacher. She volunteered to go on space, and as soon as they blasted off, they was in the air for maybe 40 seconds, and they didn't even make it to take the. It was a mechanism allegedly. It was a mechanical fail, but they were supposed to
That's
be.
a horrible way to go, man. That is a
Yeah,
horrible way.
they were only like 40 seconds into space, and the next thing you know, the whole shit just boom blow up. And they were close
Yeah,
to like past the clouds, and they were just getting there. And as soon as they reached a certain part where where the atmosphere kind of changes from sky to oblivion, wherever the hell that is. It was like, and it just blew
See,
up.
that's one of my fears. Um, like I understand that like people like they want to go to space real bad because they be having these crazy offers, like for $1 million if you could sit in space for
Nope.
like.
Nope.
I'm like, look,
Nope.
I ain't doing it.
I don't want
I
it.
just
Keep it.
watch how I wash my hair in space. I have to grab each droplet to wash my shit. Like, no, not for the sake of science. Just but they are sending. I think India. Is it India? I think they're sending up a robot. I think they're sending up like one of those sex robots or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
She looked like a sex robot.
Oh my god.
But they're sending her up there, and I'm like, yeah. I mean, don't you think you kind of want to test out with a robot so you can get an idea of, temperatures and shit? But also, what if they're taking evidence and putting it on these spaceships and saying, hey, we're going to orchestrate a blow up, so make sure you grab all those documents.
Yeah.
Put them in here.
Yeah, you might want to put those in here like right now. We don't.
Yeah,
we
we'll
don't want to leave anything. Yeah, we don't want to leave.
We'll
anything.
never know.
Yeah, it's a lot we will never know.
Yeah, I still want to go to, space, kind of. I kind of do. She's a time capsule.
Well,
yep.
You let me know how that works out for you, because I ain't going.
I definitely want to go.
I said no. Anyway, we're going to take a quick commercial. Well, it ain't a damn commercial. We're going to play the song real quick, because I need a bottle of water, because my mouth kind of dry. I know I don't smoke weed, but I wish I had a little something. Anyway, I'm going to play this song right here, aptly titled Smoke, by my homeboy CG Tex. Shout out to the Jedi family down there in Huntsville, Alabama. New song, y'all go ahead and copy it. It's on Spotify, all DSPs. This is CG Tex with Smoke.
Today, Junior. They six just trying to make some bands. If you done bad, you will do anything to get it back. If you done bad, you will do anything to get it back. If you done bad, you will do anything to get it back. If you done bad, you will do anything to get it back. The money's infectious, don't let it take over your body. The money's infectious, don't let it take over.
Bitch ass nigga don't wanna come outside, whole ass nigga. If I see your ass in the motherfucker, you gonna beat the shit out of you, nigga, on gang, nigga. Fuck you talking about. I want all the motherfucking smoke, nigga. Fuck these niggas. Who want the smoke? Who want it, bitch? Who want the smoke? Who want the honor? Strike up the gas, get lit like a counter. I beat on my chest, a gorilla, a animal. Don't need to talk, let my little niggas handle it. I spit on these rappers, no, I'm not a fan of you. Kidnap your bitch and I take her for ransom. Rip up your favorite rapper with no bandages. If you want a show or a fee, talk to management. Who want the smoke, bitch? Who want the smoke? Ho, light up the gas, get choked. Bitch, hand on her motherfucking throat. Ho, I'm fucking her good with the scroll. Sticks, my bitch keep a pole in the toe. Ticks, we came up from soap on the road. All you see around me is GDs and lows. All my niggas go, they want the smoke. Counsel, this stick that I got causes damage. They say if you want it, come get it. I swear you won't leave Alabama. My niggas hit nails, hammers, and bro out the cell, slammer. She calling me can't hide slammer, then blocking her number. I won't call her after. Who want the smoke? Who want the war? I don't do no talking, let's meet at the stove. Don't say you gon' shoot, you get hit with a pole. My little nigga crippin', he throwing a fold. Now who got a light? Bitch, I'm finna roll. This rock that I got make a fuck nigga roll. Got flip in the back, fuck with him, you get stole. This scrap in the bag, but you searching my clothes, bitch. Pussy nigga, pillar talking, grab the carbon, get the chopper, started sparking. Fuck around and be a target, he a robber, he gon' rob, proceed with caution. Acting nigga, captain nigga, rack the nigga, can't get caught lacking nigga. Savage with him, had the pistol, pop him like he throwing skills. Who want the smoke, bitch? Who want the smoke? Ho, light up the gas, get choked. Bitch, hand on her motherfucking throat. Ho, I'm fucking her good with the scroll. Sticks, my bitch keep a pole in the toe. Ticks, we came up from soap on the road. All you see around me is GDs and lows. All my niggas go, they want the smoke. Pop shit, my nigga gon' hit, drop shit. I feel like a star, how I rock shit. Fuck with the gang, get stomped like a mosh pit. My nigga Chinese with a chopstick. Fuck up with him, he gon' knock your top quick. Pussy nigga wanna talk, get the block hit. 2 minute shots, bitch, somebody call cops quick. You say you want smoke, well nah, bitch, you got it. My niggas receivers, they all catching bodies. We come to your show and we fuck up your party. We don't give a fuck, we move on anybody. We come to the field, get hit with a rocket. If you want a box, get beat up like rocket. Don't come with that beef if you ain't in the street, but just stay on the porch, cause you ain't really bout it. I ride around with that Nina on me. I make that bitch sing like Selena on it. Get hit in your ear, leave it ringing on you. Your partner get pot, leave him leaking, homie. I came with the gang, I ain't leaving lonely. I'm smoking on gas, I'm a heavy stoner. This dick on this crowd like I got a boner. I see him, I pop him, now he a goner. Busting a pipe, pressure, and toting the heavy metal. Bury a rapper, shovel. Turned up this shit to a whole nother level. Pushing the gas, rev 'em. How many shots? Several. Nigga got popper who hit him. Don't even know cause ain't nobody telling. Bitch, who want the smoke? Bitch, who want the smoke? Ho, light up the gas, get choked. Bitch, hand on her motherfucking throat. Ho, I'm fucking her good with the scroll. Sticks, my bitch keep a pole in the toe. Ticks, we came up from soap on the road. All you see around me is GDs and locs. All my niggas go, they want the smoke.
That was Smoke by CG Tex. Once again, shout out to the Jedi Camp. We back with the Random Talking Indie Music Show. I'm your girl 759.
I feel violent. I want smoke, bitch.
Alongside my homegirl Minx Couture, we got Word Life 302
Yo,
on.
what's good?
Oh my, hi. Hello.
Hey.
I'm scared.
How you doing?
I always call that one of the wackest songs I be hearing. I'm like, mofo, you know damn well you ain't kidnapping no damn body because kidnapping carries life sentence.
Ain't it?
Really?
Wow.
It's a bop. You know what? I'm not even going
You
to
gonna
try
kidnap somebody? You gonna sit out there and tell it on a song? I'll kidnap your whole bitch. Get out of here! Fuck
Hey,
out of here! You ain't doing that.
Look at Bobby. He didn't got what, seven?
And still be
seven
on. And
years?
still be outside.
He
Nah, that's not happening.
He got 7 years in
Carry
jail
life
for
sentence.
telling on his people, right? Yeah, he
Did he?
Yeah, he served about 7 years. He was only looking at
He ain't
5,
kidnapped
but
nobody.
nah, he just snitched on everybody. But he got an extra 2 years.
I'm being real. He ain't kidnapped nobody.
Yeah. Right. You right.
I mean, you're right.
No, you ain't kidnapped nobody. Get up there making a song talking about you kidnapped somebody. You know damn well you ain't kidnapped nobody. I get
Well, we
tired
got to
of
get
whack.
them on here.
I really get tired of whack, wild out, outlandish, bullcrap hip hop. And it's not even hip hop. They just grinding and just say what they want to say on their mind. But they ain't gonna tell the truth about the situations.
Yeah,
really,
like the consequences.
They killing hip hop, man.
Well,
yeah, the consequences.
See, now it's more or less
you got
about what you could dance
when you
to.
do that.
Yeah, and see, a lot of times, like if a lot of times the
what
courts.
What is hip hop coming to now?
That is a good question because a lot of rappers, like it was a couple of local
I'm an
rappers.
Andy Up dude.
You who? What happened?
Kidnap that fool.
No, but it was a lot of it was a couple of rappers out there that was getting nabbed by the police.
Testing 1 2 1 2.
Yo.
Because I am on.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
I'm not on.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So what brings you up in the box today?
I'm always like to come up in the box where you at because you be talking some real joint, man. I respect you.
Oh, I appreciate that. I respect you too, definitely.
I really respect you. I respect what you do. So I don't mind coming up in your box and chill and chat and whatever. But if you want to talk about some things, we can talk because I love to talk. I don't get a chance to do it often, but I love to talk.
So, tell us about yourself. Tell us a little bit about how you got on Station Head, and how you use the platform to promote yourself or your brand.
Well, my son and my nephew put me on Station Head. They was already on Station Head. They don't do it much as I do, but I don't be marketing nothing. I don't brand nothing. I don't try to brand nothing. I don't try to market nothing. I just like being around my peeps and being
Oh,
around
so
my
you
people, giving
basically come
knowledge.
here. You come here and you pretty much you're just a listener, and you just like to listen to the different shows that are on here.
I listen to pretty much a lot of. I listen to a lot of shows, but me, I feel as though that Station Head won't let me promote the stuff that I will promote on the show, so I just chill
Why do you think that?
because some of the fact I'm too raw.
A lot of us are. A lot of us keep it real around
No,
here.
I'm raw.
A little
Yeah,
too
I'm raw.
real.
I'm raw.
A little too real. A little
Yeah.
too raw.
I don't
Yeah.
play the game.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Well, a lot of these apps are, politics and, stuff
Very
like that.
yeah, a
You
lot
know,
of them
They be
very
on
PC.
a lot of apps be on some bullshit, but I respect a lot of folks. They be doing their music and stuff like that, but they ain't gonna really get down on the get down when it comes down to stuff because they don't understand what your government doing. They don't understand what's going on, and they being blinded by science. But when cats like me go up here and talk, they cut the daggone station. Like we is now because see, you going in and out, in and out. I
Yeah.
heard Rick station all day, and the mug ain't never go out. Now your station going in and out, in and out, in and out.
We happen to do this.
yeah.
It
You know what I'm
seemed like
saying?
every night when we get into a really good conversation. Just matter of fact, just last night we was talking about the whole Kobe situation.
See, I gotta come out and come back in.
We was talking about the whole Kobe situation, and Vanny D and Minx was talking, and Minx's mic was off, and we couldn't understand why it was like off like that. But I mean, it is what it is. We can't always. Big Brother's always watching spiritual, and that's the scary part about it. I'm not one of those that are really into conspiracies and really dig deep into that. I do ask questions, but it's like, eh, you know, word life. I understand what you're saying. Sometimes you got to be PC about a lot of shit. Makes you are really cutting up. I done told you get off that dial up. Yeah, no, you still cutting up. All right, so she's gonna pop off for a second and reboot. In the meantime, while she's doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and plug our good old Station Head playlist on Spotify. Once again, it's easy to do. All you have to do is join the playlist. You have to follow the playlist. Add 1 to 2 songs only. Do not overload my shit, cause I will unfollow that ass so fast. But yeah, follow that. Think we got Minx back on the air. Hold on a second. Hit that button. Yeah, Big Brother's always watching because everything is so PC and they don't want to offend anybody. Minx, we back?
Uh,
Oh, what was that?
are, are we good? Are we Gucci?
Yeah, we good. I just heard a high pitched squeal. Um,
Okay.
all right,
I'm
we
about to
good.
say
But
they stay messing us up.
it's always us though. But we good. Uh, yeah. Okay, that's weird. All right.
So we got the message, Station Head. We get it. We get it, Station Head.
Yeah.
We will not talk about the untalkable shit. Like, we will not go there. So if you guys are
In other
interested in these,
news.
if you guys are interested in these types of conversations, I am setting up my own little forum with an application called Zoom. That's ZOOM. And we can go ahead and, I'll pay for the webinar conference room. I don't care. But we can't talk about certain things on these apps unless you pay in. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. So if you guys are interested, you guys can follow me on Instagram, The Mink Show, and we can set that up to get this done because I did peep that. And yes, spiritual, I did peep that. Yes, I do think they are watching.
Yeah, because last night was just meh, just nuts. And we're gonna talk about a little something. We're gonna swing this to the left a little, well, to the right actually. Over the course of a couple of days, there were a few artists who have finally decided to come
Spirituals
out.
losing spirituals losing their mind. Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Yeah,
God!
spiritual. If you have Instagram and you in the matrix like we are, please message me. I will send you the proof so you can see it yourself.
Yeah, see, I'm not as deep and into it, but I try to stay away from it actually because of stuff like this, because people be ready to censor you and all this extra, and I'd rather not.
I'll put it in a song. And will they know then?
If they, yeah, they gonna listen to it like, oh, this bitch thinks she's slick, putting production behind it.
What do you think my song Vibes is about? That's what Vibes is all about. Yeah.
I didn't want to believe that. Now, who wants to believe it?
Spiritual, I'm telling you. It's serious shit, but it's all
It's a
good.
lot.
I'm not too mad. We're here for the culture and for the music, and eventually there will be a platform designed specifically for us conscious folk, us spiritually awoken folks. So soon,
What you call them? Spokes. You call them spokes.
Sp- spokes.
Spiritually woken spokes.
Like is you woke or is you nah?
All right. So anyway, Khalees decided to air out Pharrell with his business dealings because he wasn't paying her. They were supposed to split a contract, which didn't happen. Which kind of is kind of crazy to me because Mace did the same thing to Diddy, and it's like, okay, you waited 20 years, and then you all of a sudden you want to say, hey, you know, you stiffed me out
Shit.
of $2 million. Now it's $2 million. Well, it wasn't $2 million, but it was over 20 years of payments that he didn't pay. Sounds like Baby with the whole Cash Money situation. Uh, and because Diddy was at the Grammys talking about how he believed and he was for the artist and we have to love each other and this, that, and the third. So Mace popped up and was like, oh, you want to be for the artist? Well, pay me for my publishing for over 20 years. Where is it at? I will give you $2 million. You give me my publishing and we good to go. You know, it's a lot of artists that, some of these new kids are seeing that, okay, why sign with the label? Because all they're gonna do is stiff you. They're gonna steal your publishing and all this extra. That's why Prince tried to tell folk like, look, and Michael Jackson too, like, look, own your publishing. That's your money.
And where are they? Where are they
And where
now?
are they?
Exactly.
Like, own your
Exactly.
publishing. Read your contracts. Look at Taylor Swift. She lost all 6 albums because she signed away her publishing rights.
Jesus. What are y'all doing out there? Look, here's my I don't know. These mofos is racing outside. I don't know. So here's my thoughts on that. I just think that everybody's tight because they didn't get invited to that rock breakfast, the little bruncheon thing. These people, look, when it comes to Diddy, when it comes to Jay, when it comes to all these folks, this is why I keep, like, today I was going back and forth on Twitter with an artist because of the what you mentioned was a tweet, and I said I personally would never sign a record deal, even if it benefited me. I just don't believe in record deals. I just think that they're too binding. I think that people don't know what the fuck they're signing, and unless I'm the one that's creating business deals. See, I don't call them record deals. I would say a business deal. How does what I've already built for myself as a brand, how would it help your company? Not the other way around. And this is where artists, they get it twisted in their head because they're doing music because they want a deal. I'm like, do you understand what the word deal means? Like, deal? That's an arrangement. That's a financial arrangement. You can easily, like, make everything that a label can do, a big time label, you can do yourself. So why the fuck would you want a record deal? That's what I don't get.
Yeah.
I don't want a deal.
Because I guess they see that, well, back in the day, everybody wanted the record deal for, it was basically like for association. Because who at the time didn't want to be signed to Bad Boy? Back then, who didn't want to be signed to No Limit? Who didn't want to be signed to Rockefeller? Who didn't want to be signed to State Prop? It was basically for image. Now everybody's
Well,
saying indie because of money. It's all now become a money issue.
well, I don't think artists want record deals like secretly, like in their souls. I don't think they want record deals. I think what they want is a team, and they think they're going to get a team if they're part of a label. That's not what a team is. A team, if when you decide that you want to build a team, build a network, you have to think about it as if this is Space Jam. You know what I'm saying? Like, you saw how they were recruiting all the tunes. Each tune had a different skill. They had a different like base of knowledge. They had a different some people had handicaps, other people didn't. Um, Spiritual says it's very hard to get heard without a record deal. Well, it's not. And back then it was. But today, if you have a song, a record, and you know how to brand and market yourself the proper way, this is why you got 360 deals, because people, they blew up on their own. So the labels kind of like, look, like, the big time labels, they're kind of like, look, we like how you're moving. So we want to invest in that, but we want 80% of whatever the fuck you make.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it is. So this is why I keep telling artists, which all of a sudden, you had these big time accounts that were talking about this lately. No shade. But
Mm-hmm.
if you are a LLC, right? If you're an artist, you brand yourself as an LLC. That means you're legally claiming yourself as a company, as an entity, because that's what you become, an entity when you become an artist. Just like Rihanna. Rihanna's name is an entity. Y'all not going up to her and saying, "Hey, what's good, Robin Fenty? How are you?" No, you're gonna call her Rihanna because that's the name that she branded for herself.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think like her last name Fenty? She sued her own fucking father. She was like, "Look, bruh, um, I built this name, and yeah, you can't use it because
Even though
she
you
legally
gave it to me.
even though you gave me my last name, she legally trademarked it, so she
Mm-hmm.
owns that name. So this is why artists, I keep saying to them, like, everyone's so quick to, "Oh, I know about the music business." You don't know about the music business. You don't understand the concept of a business and how the structure is. You are artist, you are the product, right? So you
Mm-hmm.
need to trademark your product, which
Exactly.
includes your name, which includes your music, which includes your image. You have to trademark all that stuff, or else what happens is that somebody takes your idea, like the chicks on Vine that did the whole "go best friend, that's my best friend." Okay, guess what? She ain't getting paid off of that.
Mm-hmm.
But Migos is. They're getting paid off of something because she wasn't smart enough to trademark it. That's why I'm like, I be telling artists, y'all are so quick to want to go fucking viral and shit, but y'all don't have your business in order. So you may go viral and be chilling and stuff. The first thing you need to do when you get a little bit of recognition, when you get that fucking verified badge, when you go ahead and you got a song going viral, you need to trademark everything you do, because these people who are already famous can make money off of it. And then you look like a what? A cloud chaser. When you pointed out that, hey, this celebrity kind of took my lingo, took
Mm-hmm.
my,
That's why
I had
Fortnite. That's why Fortnite kept getting, you know, slapped at, because it was like, okay, you're taking dances that we came up with, and you're putting it on your game. Pay us, but hey, we can't pay you because there's no proof that you copyrighted this dance. Like say,
yeah, that's why,
like say if
yeah,
I started the floss, which I cannot do, but say I started the floss, and then all of a sudden, I get a little, get a little buzz off of that, this, that, and the third, and all of a sudden, it's spread all over the world, and then Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out with a whole new feature where you can make your character do the floss. I'm up shit's creek because I could be making millions off of GTA, but instead I wanted to go viral for only 500 likes, 1,000 some odd views, and I'm thinking I'm popping.
yeah,
And then I'm sitting there kicking myself in the head because I could have, this is going to take off. I see the views that I'm
yeah,
getting. Let me go ahead and do something with that. That's why a lot of these artists now are strictly doing like festivals and stadium shows. I see a lot more festivals now. I see a lot more like Coachellas and all these extra outside shows now, because they see that these streams ain't really getting it done. These record labels are really eating them up, eating them up. So it's like, okay, they make their money off of shows. They keep a good
yeah.
chunk of that.
But you could totally see. I told two artists this. I had two consultations today, and these artists are pretty dope. You know, they have a good following. It's not a great following. It's just like a decent following.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, Minx, what am I doing wrong? Like, why aren't people coming to my shows? Why aren't I'm like, I'm gonna tell you why people aren't coming to your shows. People are not coming to your shows because of the fact that you're not properly like promoting your shit. Like, dropping flyers into DMs and shit. That's not the wave. You have to get people involved in what you're doing. So that's why, especially with these celebrities, we are in competition from the above the ground and the underground. So that's why 9 times out of 10, whenever I talk to a celebrity, they come in my DMs and they talk or whatever, I'll be like, look, honestly, real talk, I don't want you on my show.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, okay. No, I don't want you on my show because the moment that you start getting celebrities on these little platforms, you interviewing them and stuff like that, your platform has now become a cloud chasing platform where people really don't support you like that. They only coming on because of the fact that you had a quote unquote celebrity on your shit. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's the one thing I don't like about this types of platforms. But a lot of artists just need to understand, like, if you are an artist, if you're here, you're listening, you're tuned in, you are not just an artist, you are a business, you are an entity. You need to move like a business, you need to study the business and stop signing record deals and distribution deals. I don't know why people be signing distribution deals when you got DistroKid in the world.
Yeah, right.
If we're able to put our music on Spotify, right, for free or for paid. Like people are shitting on TuneCore. They're saying TuneCore is stealing money.
Uh-oh.
Um, if you have if you're able to put your music in the stores, you don't need a distribution deal. So don't let these people come to you talking about, oh, we have a distribution deal with Sony. No, you guys are just using the same portals as
Mm-hmm.
Sony. You don't have distribution through Sony. That's the other thing that artists they don't realize. They see distribution through Sony, they think they're getting signed
Or
to Sony.
Universal. That's
That
the
just
that's the
means
big thing. Yeah, everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm getting signed by Universal." No, you're not.
I'm explaining it in the most easiest way that I can explain how a distribution deal is. That's almost like me going to 759 and saying, 759, I don't have a credit card or debit card. So can I give you $50 and you can order this thing off of Amazon for me? That's what that means.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that is. She has the card, to get you to where what you need, but she's just the liaison in between. That don't mean that she works for Amazon. That just means that she has the direct connect to at least order or do some business and with them. So people be getting it twisted, thinking that a distribution deal is a real record deal. No, it just means that this label has the card. They got the card to pay for the distribution. Because
Mm-hmm.
before DistroKid, before TuneCore, before Reverb Nation, before Level, before all these places, you had to have a connect to get your shit in the stores, to get a barcode. You don't need a distribution deal. And that's what the problem is with Khalees and Mace and all of them. Diddy had the card.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Pharrell had the card. So if you think that Pharrell got that card, I mean, I don't think it was malice. I don't think he intended to get into Khalees's pockets like that, because they said it was a 33, 33, 33 split. Interesting numbers. Um, so it was split 33 three ways, and apparently she
So
didn't get paid.
wait. All right, so I'm not the best at math, but last time I checked, 33 three times is what, 99. So what's the other 1% at?
That's the 1% I think that's missing.
Yeah, where the 1% at? Like, what's the point? Somebody, where the money at? Like, where is it?
But Khalees, honestly, like, come on. Khalees, you ain't been popping since Milkshake. So I'm not saying
I
that
did
what
like that song that she had back in the day. I hate you so much right now.
she had this nice song called what was it called? You took my heartbeat from me. This is the saddest story. That one I love.
Yeah, that
It,
one was
it was
all
like
right.
it was Nightmare Before Christmas feeling. But the song that she had was called Fuck Them Bitches.
Oh my.
That was the name of the song. Like that ass. That was the name of the song.
Oh.
Said, man, fuck them bitches. Fuck them
Okay,
bitches.
yeah, she
That's
won't get
right,
no
I
radio
said
play.
it.
Yeah, she won't get no
That's
radio
right, I
play.
said it. Walking around it, walking around it, walking around it, looking at bitches.
Khalees, what was you
She go,
thinking, girl?
well, you need to mind your BSZ and shut the fuck up. Keep talking that shit. That song was hard. My
Khalees.
grandmother used to say, you know, we gotta go to church on Sunday. So why are you playing that shit?
Because, you know, Sunday is it's going to be all forgiven and we good to go. Yeah, but
You know how that is.
Yeah, yeah,
But again, like I said, you know, I personally, all these artists sitting there talking about, I don't know if you saw it today on Twitter, they were, you know, this one guy that loves to like bust my chops. He's just like, oh, so what you're saying is that you don't do collaborations? No. Well, I mean, wouldn't that limit you? No, it's limiting me working with artists that are not fucking serious. So what difference does it make?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, you can't predict the future. I'm like, back then I could say that.
Yeah.
But I've matured. I've learned the business a lot better. I know this shit like the back of my hand. And it sucks to say it, but it's like, I think that people just be doing collabs with just anybody. I'm like, why the fuck would you waste money, studio time, engineering, and, you know, distribution and promoting a track that you're the only one serious about? Like, fuck out of here. I'm not doing that.
No.
Not doing that.
And once again, that's that group work type shit to get an A.
Yeah, I mean, at least the two artists I'm serious because they're like, Minx, you know, I don't really have publishing, but I don't have publishing as I forgot which end it was. So they were like, can I put your publishing into, you know, my thing so we can get paid? I'm like, oh, so you understand. So yes. So I don't give a fuck how much you pay me for a feature. I don't give a fuck about that information. What is your IPI number? If you ain't got that, we ain't got a track. Period.
Oh well. Yeah, but
yeah,
these indie artists. Go ahead.
No, I said what that IPI look like. I don't care about no Cash App me. I charge $150 for a feature. I don't give a fuck how much you charge. What's your IPI number?
What's an IPI number?
Let them Google it.
What's the IPI? Where do I get it from?
Like, why do I need that?
Help me.
I have SoundCloud. Okay.
Help me for free.
And again, I'm not shitting on SoundCloud. I mean, my SoundCloud is monetized and has been for some time. But if you are not, you know, if you are not
monetize mine because I haven't put my beat tape up yet. It was supposed to be out today, but I have not put it up yet because I need more space. I need to buy more space.
I'm gonna send you the information so that you could do it because these people are actually dope. They actually have also an exchange service, which I'm going to be talking about on the Mix Show tonight. Why exchange services is popping and this link dropping is not. But they have a nice exchange service for beats. They have beat licensing for movies and television and stuff like that, all in one app. And you can also release your music to Spotify, TikTok, and all that good stuff. So, you know, and I paid nothing. I didn't pay a fucking dime. So again, the research, I could just drop the name. That's no problem. But I haven't received an affiliate code yet. So no thanks.
No thanks.
No, I don't do business. And she running around.
What's she up to tonight?
Well, she learned a new word. Her word today, actually her word yesterday was manager. And she's playing and she says, she's like with her fake phone and she's getting all frustrated. And she says, you know what? I don't have to talk to you. Talk to my manager. She hangs up.
I wonder who she got that from.
Strangely, not me.
No, she got that from you.
No, not me. I like my manager. I mean, I don't look at him as like, he is my manager, but I don't like identify him as, you know, talk to my manager. Like, I don't do that. So she must have saw some shit on YouTube or something like that.
Had to.
I was like,
just wait till she starts school.
She wants a YouTube channel, and you know what? She wants a YouTube. I watch her. Look, I watch her when she plays. She sets up her dolls, and I just watch her, and she'll be like, Hey guys, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you smash that bell button and like and subscribe. I'm like,
Wow.
what? My girl is already monetizing herself. Uh,
Let me hurry up and
she
get her a
gets so
camera.
she gets super excited though when I do my vlogs and she sees herself on the TV and she's like, "Mommy, am I famous yet?" I'm like, "No,
Oh,
you're not. We didn't even get like 500 likes yet." And she's like, "Oh my gosh, you didn't say like and subscribe." I was like, "Oh, maybe that's the reason."
keywords. You gotta use your keywords. Promote.
She loves it. She wants to do. We came up with a show idea with her. And if it gets played the way how I hope it does, she'll be like the main character. I will be in it. All the music and stuff will be from my affiliates, my constituents, my
Mm-hmm.
folks that have said I'm quitting the music, fuck this music shit. And I'm like, do you want to help? Do you want to help some kids? They're like, yeah. I was like, yeah, this would be great. I have an idea, something for the community, the culture. And you got all these shows on YouTube that are not geared towards our people. So
Mm-hmm.
instead of the web series and instead of this stuff that I've been approached about, I'm thinking about adapting a children's educational show in a hip hop R&B-esque way.
Well, that's different.
Kind of like Yo Gabba Gabba but on steroids.
Oh my god. I don't know what a yo gabba gabba is, but I will take your word for it.
Look, Yo Gabba Gabba, you got to watch it. You know,
I
it's
am
not
almost
cringy.
40 years old. What am I gonna do watching yo gabba gabba?
Let me tell you. Yo Gabba Gabba,
Oh
I love
goodness.
that show. It's an old show. It came out in like the I think 2011.
Mm-hmm.
But it's DJ Lance. DJ Lance is a black DJ that wears orange and he has a boombox. So he walks in with this boombox and opens it, and they have these little characters, and these characters all have something to do with music.
Mm-hmm.
And he has had India Ari, it was like Sesame Street,
I was
but
getting ready to
doper.
say. I was gonna say like a hip hop Sesame Street.
It was, yeah, it was definitely like, and they also had like the lo-fi beats. They had Biz Marquee on it, so they had the beatbox of the day. So Biz Marquee would be like, "Hey kids, I'm gonna teach you guys a little trick today. So do it after me. Ready? You try." Then the kids would do it. He'd be like, "Okay, guys, now let's do it a little faster." Wow, you did it.
Oh
You're
my
officially a
gosh.
beatboxer. I'll see you next time. Bye bye. And then it will go into the next scene. Like, it was just super dope.
You really gave off Barney tease just now.
I sure did.
That was some Barney ass shit.
But when they, and they used to have like the live shows, like these kids used to run, like be around the block to see the show.
Oh
And
goodness.
this show is just really fucking dope. Like I said, you know what, we need to bring that back. Like there was so many kids on. I have Gina watching it and she loves it because the songs on there are dope. They had Muhammad Ali's daughter. They teach like the dancey dance of the day. Like I'm telling you, man, that show was lit.
Listen to you talk about it with such passion and conviction.
Well, with the parents on YouTube were hilarious because they're like, "Yo, when my kids go to sleep, I just pop some LSD and watch this shit," and they're like, "Oh my god, me too."
No, no.
I was like, "Yeah, you don't want to watch Yo Gabba Gabba on any sort of drugs because you're
That
watching
is
it
not
just
for
like
the inebriated.
you're, you're watching Yo Gabba Gabba, and because and the other funny thing too on YouTube, when Gina was an infant, there was this thing that parents would be panicking and saying, my child is colicky. Colic is the devil. Um, our daughter was colicky. So they're all like looking around for types of songs and lullabies that can actually calm and relax a baby that's going through a colic state.
Mm.
And the comments would have me dying. They're like, "Who's still here?" like
Everybody's
I've
still
been here
up.
since I've been here since it'd be alive. It would be like alive, right? Like I've been here since 3 o'clock. Little Timmy wasn't having it. He's like, you know what? I'm on my third glass of wine.
Oh my.
John just fell asleep. Somebody else is like, look, I just popped an X, and yeah, no more kids.
Jesus.
But it would be dope because parents, we don't know where to turn. Like we don't know. Like you can call your parents all day and say, "Can you help me?" But every kid is different. It's your kid. This is your child that you built. So it's like your parents can give you all the advice that they want in the world, but it may not work because that was for you. That wasn't for your kid.
Right.
So when you have a child, there is. I'm like, yo, y'all need to check that placenta real good because I think that y'all missing some instructions or so
Instructions.
why are y'all so quick to get rid of it? Like, I'm like, there's something attached to that umbilical cord, and it's probably the instructions to this kid. Um, but once you become a parent, it's like you automatically go into like protection mode, and then you just like, yo, like something, just your senses get fucked up, right? So when our child was colicky, we tried every trick in the book, and colic is, like I said, it's the devil because your child has like gas that just won't go away. So whether you can burp and burp and burp and burp and burp, and they just won't give it up because they're hungry. They're like, I gotta hold on to this burp because if you burp that air out, I'm gonna be hungry again and I'm scared. So they start
Right.
crying and crying and crying, and then they're just inconsolable. So it was such a nightmare. It was like one of those things I had to say. I said, "Yo, Gino, never again. Not no, no more."
Well, maybe this next baby ain't gonna be colicky.
My sister's son was colicky. So I'm like, so yeah. So they were like, yeah, it's probably this fucking dietitian. It's probably something that you're eating, that's causing the colic. And I'm like, what are you talking about? With your milk. I was like, so it's me? It's
your
my fault? All I had was like fucking Chinese food. Like, what the fuck? They're like, yeah, you can't eat that. Like, you have to eat like stuff with whole grains enriched with. I'm like, this bitch is so fucking annoying.
You just have to eat
Like,
all the MSG, and now your child won't go to sleep because it's got gas, and it's all your fault because you didn't gave
I'm
him
like,
low. You didn't gave him low main from the titty on tap, and now he can't stop burping for shit.
I'm like, you done regulated what the fuck I can eat when I'm pregnant. You done regulated even further when I became diabetic. Then when I give birth, now I'm still regulated because now I got to give this child some of my milk. I was like, yo, when does it end? When does it end? And yeah, that was it. When my milk dried up, it was like I went to the because they make you feel like shit. Like, okay, so we have a service that can send you brownies, and you eat the brownies, and it'll help you bring your milk in. I'm like, bitch, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that.
Nah,
I'm
you
good.
can you can cancel Christmas. Mm-mm.
I was like, look, I gave it my best. They're like, but you could still try. I'm like,
No,
nope,
nope, that's it.
I'm good. I'm good. I'd like my titties back. These are mine. I'm not shedding them. These are my boobs. Not giving them away. So this is like even with Gino, he used to drive me crazy because I would say to him, he'd be like, "Do you want to try pumping?" I'm like, "It's a wrap. It's done. That's canceled. That is canceled."
I give it up to you, ladies who breastfeed or have breastfed your children, because you have to deal with leaky boobs for a while. I had a friend of mine who was pregnant with her second child. This was about 15 years ago, and I held her baby and this that and the third, and I'm like, well, how are you gonna feed her? Because I have no children, so I have no maternal instincts at all. She was like, well, I'm going to pump the breast milk, and she's showing me the pump, how it works, this, that, and the third. In the meantime, while she's doing all this talking, I happen to look, and I see a little drippage, like a long drip mark. You know how like you keep your mouth open for a while, you kind of just drool down your shirt. That's what she, that's what she had going on. I said, you're leaking from your boob. She was like, oh my gosh, yes, I have to pump my breast so often because if not, my ducts they fill so fast, and she had big boobs anyway. So just imagine that plus milk. And so she's leaking left or right. I said, I bet if you was like to bend over and somebody was like milk your boobs like a cow, I'm sitting there trying to crack jokes. I don't know what's going on. And she was like, you have no idea. I have to wear like 2.5 bras just to try to cover up the milk drip. And I'm like, oh God, no thanks.
I had to use a super maxi pad. I was like, these joints. that you get from Walgreens, I'm like, these joints is
What you
just
putting
like
Kotex on your tits? What's going on?
I had to. I had to because
Oh
it's
my god.
embarrassing, especially when you're in a like a restaurant or something, and it was just like you'll just like look at food and then immediately start feeling the pulsation, and you're like, no,
Not
no,
now.
no, not here, not in front of these people.
May I
I'm
get
wearing
you
a white
something to
shirt.
drink? May I get you something to drink? No, but you can get me a fistful of napkins and like fast. Thank you very much.
But believe it or not, people are just like they get so skeeved out by that. Like there was this one chick, she was like, can you not do that here? I was like, can I not do what here?
Feed my
Um,
child.
that can you go into the bathroom? I was like, can you take your fucking plate and go into a public restroom and eat your dinner?
Ew.
Um, do you have to be rude? I was like, of course I have to be rude because you know what? I just never understood how do dudes and women feel so uncomfortable by titties. Like titties, everybody got titties. Okay. Titties are titties. So I'm just keeping it real. Why do you get mad over some titties? Like you feel so uncomfortable about some damn titties. Like
Oh boy.
cleavage makes you feel uncomfortable. The areolas make you feel uncomfortable, but you wasn't uncomfortable singing that shit out of your lung set when Janelle Monet was about areolas.
Oh, she really did say she really did have a song about boobs.
Yeah, she did. But I'm like, first of all, like when y'all look, like, I'm like, how creepy are you? Like, you looking at
Right.
my titties?
Even
I'm
the
feeding
top,
my child.
even the top of the breast, just they
Well, they,
sexualize. They well, I'm not gonna say they all, but a lot of men sexualize things that should not be, because it's
yeah,
like
like that's a natural thing. Like
it's a
that's a
natural
fuck.
thing.
Yeah, and when you see how much formula is, then you would understand why a lot of women be like, yeah, because a can of formula is like what, babe? How much is a can of formula? Like $25, huh? $28 for a
Wow.
can. How many was 32 fluid ounces? 33 fluid ounces. We're talking about an infant. This is why women have to get wick. Like some women have to get wick because they're
Wow.
like, yo, one can of powdered formula is like 30, almost $40 a pop.
Damn.
So, I mean, when you go and you ridicule women for breastfeeding, or women are trying to encourage breastfeeding, it's just like understand this is the life source. This is bonding. This is how you bond with your child.
Mm-hmm.
And this also trains the child as well to look you in the eye. That's why I be looking at people like you wasn't breastfed because you can't look at people in the eye.
And they're gonna look at you like, bitch,
That
what?
Yeah, because that's the first contact between mother and child is eye bonding.
Mm-hmm.
So if you when while I'm giving you nutrition, you're looking me square in my eye because you trust me. You
Mm-hmm.
know that I'm here to protect you. You know that I'm here to nurture you. You know that that voice that you heard on the outside is this is the physical form that you are seeing. You are no longer inside. So that whole bonding thing is important. And yes, there are some women that cannot breastfeed for their health reasons or whatever the case may be. But god damn it, I hate when y'all mofos put the baby in the car seat and you take a fucking towel and you put the bottle on top because you got shit to do. That ain't bonding. Hold your child, feed your child, and do it right.
All right. Uh, that wasn't the rant, was it?
Lady,
That wasn't
oh,
the
that
rant.
could be. That could be. Bond, yeah, bond with your children. Bond with your child.
Yeah,
Your child is
do
before
that
the
do
world
that
does.
now. Yeah, do that now when they're young because you don't want social media raising your children.
Yeah, and they'll be running around screaming, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel.
Damn doof. Such a doofball. All right, last thing of the last topic of the night. Then we're gonna wrap this up, and I'm sure you're gonna have a rant off of this because I got a little something to get off my chest as well. Earlier today, I shared a video on my Facebook with this woman bringing her man some food, and I'm telling you, those plates look restaurant quality. You know what I mean, with the garnish and the zhuzhing up at the plate, how she arranged the food and everything. And every time she brought her man a plate of food, she recorded it. Now this is stupid shit, but she recorded it
Like an idiot.
like a doof. And so every time she brought him a plate, he's doing one of three things: playing the PlayStation 4, He's just waking up from sleeping or he's laying around on his cell phone. Each time she brings him a plate, he's got his thumbs working on something. And then he's just, waking up out the bed. He's laying around not doing anything useful. Well, this is what they give us on the video. So we really don't know what he does for a living, if anything. He could be just a street hustler, but we don't know. So
SSI.
bullshit. Anyway, so we can't really sit there and say that, we don't know what he's doing. So does he really deserve those plates? However, based off of what I saw in that video, him playing a video game, playing 2K or whatever, does not warrant big restaurant size meals on a tray, none of that shit. The only way I would ever do that for you is that if you reciprocate, if you're working, and if you are my husband. Boyfriends don't get husband treatment. I'm sorry, I can't do it because you're gonna expect pretty much like a mother treatment. You got caviar taste, but you eating outside of Walmart. Like you can't do that.
Exactly.
So I posted up the video, and a few people had their opinions about it, and our homegirl Inte was like, she's gonna cater because he caters to me. I get that reciprocity. Reciprocity. I'm all about it. I'm all
Yeah,
about it.
I don't get with that.
You feed, like you provide for the house. You do what you're supposed to do. I got you. But at the same time, if the video was just so misleading, so it was like I was quick to judge, and I guess I shouldn't have done that. But I was quick to judge because all you saw was him sitting on his ass playing 2K, getting fed blueberry freaking pancakes with real blueberries, not that frozen shit. You know what I'm saying? He laying around swiping on his phone. He's got chicken curry and rice. He's just waking up out of his sleep after probably laying around all day. He's got, whatever he got going on. But brothers, I want to say this: if you're not providing, if you don't reciprocate, do the bare minimum is the least someone can ask. If you spend all day playing 2K, smoking weed, hanging with your homies, you're not going to get those meals. You're not going to get massages. You're not going to get that cater to you quality style thing. No, you're not getting it because you don't deserve it. You have to earn it. You have to give to get. Minx?
I'm just gonna say this. I don't believe in that shit. I really don't. Because, when it comes to a man and a woman, I understand that people still are in the mentality of, you cater to your man, you cook, you clean, you fuck, you do whatever, you have all these kids and babies. I don't have that mentality. My mentality is this: if we are together, we are a couple, it's 50-50, okay? I don't think a woman should have to fucking cook and clean and or do all that dumb shit. It's supposed to be 50-50. So if you fucking mess up the bathroom, it's your job to pick up your mess, and vice versa. This is why couples don't last. This is why couples don't, they don't mesh well. I do believe couples, if you want to play house, you should live together so you guys get an idea of how much you're not going to stay long together. What you guys should do is then figure out what works in your relationship. But again, you ladies, what works for you, looking like a slave, works for you. You do that. But don't fill up these dudes' heads talking about, oh, this is what you should be doing for me. Man, fuck you. No. That ain't how it goes. You want that type of bitch, go be with her. But in reality, in real life, it's a 50-50 world. If you want me to cater to you, you got to cater to me, and vice versa. If you want me to be Mary Poppins and shit, you got to be Marco Poppins. So don't fucking do that. Like, just don't do that. So I mean, when you saw my comments on how I feel about the whole thing. I don't think anybody should lose themselves when you are in a relationship. It's a we. In French, it means toi et moi, which means you and I. Okay. I think what happens is that a lot of people get into relationships and they totally forget that they were a person before a relationship. So that's why you chicks be getting your asses beat and being controlled and being under this whole dictatorship of your man because you forgot that you had a life before him. You are not him. He is not you. You are you. He is he. We is we. To it's moi. So y'all need to wake up. You treat your man and men treat your women with respect. But the slavery shit, the submission shit, if I want to be all in that submission stuff, I will watch 50 Shades of fucking Grey. That's the memo.
Mm. That's the memo, huh?
Damn right. I don't play that shit. 50-50 or nothing. Not 70-30, not 20-80. It's 50-50.
or
You spoil.
or 33-33-33. We just leave 1% for error.
Exactly. You spoil me, I spoil you. Women are just losing it. Like this 2019, excuse me, 2020. Oh, I'm about to say 2019. What was I thinking?
Get it
It
together
is
now.
it is 2020. Okay. If that works for you, you like to cater to a dude and all that stuff, then you do that. And then when you wake up and you got an incurable STD, then I hope that, that shit worked out. Period.
Mm-hmm. Singing
Damn.
Luna. All right, she lit. So on that note, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up for
She is
tonight.
lit as fuck.
It's past your bedtime, little girl. I remember I was 2 o'clock. I was when I was 2 years old. I was in the bed by 8 o'clock, 8:30. Shit.
Oh, it's podcast night. That's what everybody be screaming in the house. It's podcast night. Yeah. I want no. You can't.
But on that note, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up for tonight. So I want to thank everybody who tuned in on the show tonight, on the Station Head app, and also on my live streams. Uh, yeah. So I got a little playlist I'm gonna do for y'all tonight. I got Vanny D with What's the Word, Spit the Verb. I got Fake by MT, and I'm gonna wrap it up with Fuck Outta Here by King Keen 88. I want to thank everybody once again. Y'all tune in at 10 o'clock to minxradio.com for the Minx Show podcast. I will see you guys Monday night, 7 o'clock, right here on Station Head. Ain't that right, Minx?
Oh yes, and boy, do I have a rant tonight.
So y'all tune in. I will probably catch you on Facebook.
Of course, of course.
All right. So on that note, good night.
Good night.